Qatar is still relatively new to the F1 calendar. Teams will be desperate, therefore, to get some good data here in free practice.
Hey Google, set an alarm for 30 minutes.
You got it. Your alarm's set for 12:55 p.m.
Alright, I'm back for another stream on F126, racing in the Aston Martin career mode for round 23 of the championship at Qatar. And as the title suggests, it is crunch time. Currently fighting for P2 in the championship. It's a three-way fight between myself, Lando, and Leclerc. Actually, I should say Leclerc, myself, and then Lando, as Leclerc is currently P2. I'm P3 and Lando's P4. Russell won the championship back in Brazil, so that's out of the question. And yeah, we'll just see how it goes. A good thing I have going for me is that the rest of the season should be dry, so the opportunity to be more competitive is there, which is good. But I have to be on point, so still got a gap to close. I think about 15 points or so to Leclerc, and not a whole lot of time to do it, just this round and next round. So normally it's just understeering. Yeah, not great. What's up? What's up? I'm just trying to get in a quick round of career mode. That's good work. I did, yeah. It was pretty insane. I mean, all of a sudden, Max was looking like he was in contention for pole, and then, you know, he stacks it in the wall at the penultimate corner. Lewis is under pressure at one point. He didn't get this initial run. And then he hooked it up pretty well, a bit behind his teammate, but realistically, that was probably the best he could have hoped for. And then, you know, the whole controversy with Russell and whether he should keep pole because there were double wave yellows in the final sector. Yet he still improved. to take pole, so a very entertaining session, that's for sure. And I'm looking forward to the race.
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Anyways, with career mode, just lacking a bit of front grip, which is, yeah, interesting to say the least. Really? All the engine components are pretty worn. Alright.
What an incredible practice session that was. But the fun doesn't stop here, though. Join us again as the rest of the weekend unfolds.
Wow. We might be slow. I'll have to wait and see.
Yes, the Verstappen crash was unfortunate, but do you think the situation with Russell was fair, when everyone braked and Russell just lift off T?
I would have to look into it in more detail, to be honest, but it's controversial for sure, because I mean, Kimi was, I think, just a few seconds behind him on track, and he ended up lifting and aborted his lap, so yeah, it's a tricky situation. I would have to look into it to have a stronger opinion about it one way or the other, but it was yeah, it was interesting to say the least. I think everyone, at least at first glance, is kind of like, how does that happen, you know? So I'm on console. I have the game on both PC and PlayStation. It's just that I find that the PC version's a bit buggier, especially online. Like, I'll get randomly disconnected while playing online, so I just end up staying on PlayStation.
Programme complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
Speed trap, below average tire wear, racing line. Simple enough. Also, because the game makes you take weird lines, and I don't want to have to do quick practice, I'm going to turn on the racing line just for this one, and then turn it back off, because I don't use the racing line and I haven't used it for years, but it's just so I can get this practice target. So street trap, knock this one out of the way.
Difficulty of ADU play.
It's 110 AI. Ooh, Lord. Okay. Now I can turn off the racing line. Just drive. What in the world? It's like the wheel steps out. Yeah. I mean, obviously you can't feel it, but you can see that the steering wheel having the correct slides of the wheel on the entry. Odds are move off of the racing line, genius. Like, what are you doing, dude? Okay, now I'll just do a quali run. See what the car feels like over a single lap. And yeah, we'll just get going with the race.
Do you like playing with the new cars or did you prefer the 2025?
I would say they're different. In terms of like what's more fun. I don't know. Like in these cars, you have to do a lot of like lifting posts or like partial lifting, just because more of the lap time comes from the battery rather than just like pushing flat out. So in some ways that's not very fun, but in these cars you can follow a lot closer because there's far less dirty air. And you can tell they're a bit lighter, which is also pretty nice. But outside of that, they're really just different. It's just a matter of personal preference. These cars obviously have less grip, but that isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just a different challenge. Yeah, car feels pretty good every single lap. Only concern might be tire temperatures at the rear. Otherwise, though, it feels pretty good. And maybe like a little bit of understeer, but that's just a characteristic of these cars. So I'm not gonna stress over that.
And if today's practice is anything to go by, we're in for an exceptional weekend of
couldn't tell if that was downforce or drag reduction I got, but I'm just going to keep it pushing. I will very quickly cover what the plan is. It is drag reduction, it seems. So I want to get this developed, and this developed for the start of next season. So a bit more downforce, a bit less drag, a bit more power, basically. And since it'll come after the season ends, it won't be affected by the regulation changes.
It's all about flow and pace today, qualifying in Qatar. A high-speed test that will set the grid for tomorrow's race. So welcome along.
Okay. Flying lap. Real quick. Just gotta do something. Okay, let's go. So I'm on a time limit. I want to be done with this by 2 p.m.
We've dropped to P15.
Okay, we actually have pace here. Like, that's genuinely surprising. It's just the final sector. Holy, the final sector. I was like, oh yeah, it's just the final sector. And then I look at the lap time and it's 8/10 there. That's actually pretty reassuring. I could win this race. Qualify well enough.
Fastest lap at the moment, 1 minute 21.6. Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now.
Okay, I have to make a change and I know what to change, but... Alright, let me just abort. What's my best lap?
Right, so far, our best
So I just
lap,
need to find 2/10.
21.8.
I can do that. Stop. Nice.
All clear the garage, please. Cars ready to leave.
I hope it chooses the tires. I think I did. I did, yeah. One sec, let me check and see what you said. The text-to-speech is pretty terrible, can't lie. Pause. How do I make streams? So, I just do it through the PlayStation. I have a PS5. Well, obviously I have a PS5 because the game's not available on PS4.
Because I want to start too.
Yeah, you should. If you have a YouTube account, you can just link it to your PlayStation account, and then there's an option like a media option. You click that. Once your YouTube account is linked, the option to stream will pop up, and just make a title, and just click start streaming. It's really pretty straightforward. If you wanted to do it on PC, it's a bit more complicated than that. You would have to get the streaming software. And some of those are just a bit trickier to set up, even though overall it's not too hard to do. It's just a few more hoops you have to jump through in order to get everything working as you want it to. To wake up. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you should give it a try, see how it goes. Oh, I have so much understeer, I don't know why. Yeah, this lap is cooked. Just gonna wait for them all to cross the line, then I'll retire. Could have been the first pole, but no front end. So maybe I changed the wrong end of the car. Like, that's my guess. Should have changed the rear, not the front. And Russell goes quickest. Alright, P3 is not bad though. Can still win from there.
With qualifying wrapped up now, we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
So, I think what happened was I changed the roll bars, the front anti-roll bar, to make it a bit softer, hoping that it would give me a bit more front end through the longer high-speed corners. But really all I did was made it lazier on turn-ins to the point where I could never get the car to the apex. So, I'll have to tweak that. I might add some rear end. for the race, just to see. I didn't need to do that. It is kind of a exploit, to be honest, of the game, because you can change it and it won't give you a penalty if you do it before the race, but after quali. Alright, let's go.
Welcome back to Qatar, and the desert sands of time are running out this season for some of our drivers. Lights out are just moments away. This, the 4th race in the Middle East. We're back here in Lusail for a track that's 3.36 miles long, 16 turns around its unique 3-pronged shape. It's fast and it's flowing, and there's a good overtaking opportunity down the long straight and into turn 1. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, and Thomas completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Norris, Piastri, Charles Leclerc and Sainz, Alonso, Verstappen, Bottas and Sergio Perez, Antonelli, Ocon, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Gasly, Albon, Bortoletto, Arvid Lindblad, and Franco Colapinto, Hadja, Hulkenberg, Behrman, and Liam Lawson rounds off the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And striding into our commentary box to join us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Davidson. So we come to Qatar this weekend, and what's the word I'm looking for when I think about the middle part of this track? Relentless.
The whole track's relentless. It's predominantly built to be a motorbike circuit. For an F1 car, that means a lot of G-force. It's hot here, it's humid this time of the year that we come to in Formula 1, and this puts pressure on the drivers. It also puts pressure on the car and the demands of the tyres. So it's a brutal circuit.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
That is a very interesting strategy there. All right, let's see. Should get off the line quicker.
Russell behind. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are just 1 lap old. We think they've got 1 more stop. Time last lap, 1 minute 26.9.
So we're on the same strategy.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 1.6 seconds. Okay, mate. Okay, Russell's behind you now. We want to keep them behind, please. It's critical for our race. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good. 22 laps of fuel remaining. Okay, so we're not wearing tyres at the rate we expected to. I want you to stay out a little longer. Extend, extend. Confirmed.
My only concern is the fuel. There are 20 laps of fuel left. Great stuff. It looked like you made easy work of that target. Let's try and keep that going right through to the end of the race. Could you imagine if I was pushing? Tires would be cooked.
We're approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time. Gap to your teammate behind, 4.7 seconds. Okay, so that's 17 laps of fuel remaining. You should be feeling the effects of some tyre wear soon, so stay on your toes. Okay, mate, we've got some clear track in front of us, and let's make the best of it. So please make this next one a very fast lap.
Yeah, tires are cooked.
Okay, forget the targets for now. We've got to focus on the pit stop. Fernando is in for his stop. Okay, go, go, go. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that.
I think I'm going to overcut. They got held behind the Cadillacs.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, so that's boost mode available if you need it.
Brother, can you stop talking to me?
Okay, we're down to 15 laps of fuel left now.
Shut the fuck up, dude. Jesus.
Okay, so overtake mode active. We'll get some extra power from the hybrid system now. Use boost on the next long straight to get past. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 9.9 seconds. Okay, mate, we're not using as much fuel as we need to, so let's burn through some more now so that we're not too heavy at the end of the race. Okay, we've got 12 laps of fuel remaining. There appears to be an issue. We're currently investigating.
Brother.
We're looking at some imminent gearbox issues, I'm afraid. Watch out for jams and misgears.
Oh, lovely.
Okay, really, really good. You hit that target nicely. There's a long way to go in this race, so let's keep it clean. Okay, so all of our tyre pressure data is currently reading 0. Assuming they still look inflated to you, we're going to guess that it's just a bad sensor. Shouldn't be anything to worry about. Tyre condition still looking good. Nine laps of fuel to go, 9 laps left.
Okay, real quick. Gotta check something.
Try to stay with them. They might make a mistake and we could still regain the position. Okay, mate, lap times are a little erratic at the moment. We need consistency, so let's try and stabilise them. Gap to your teammate behind, 7.6 seconds. Okay, so that's boost mode available if you need it. Keep on him, he might make a mistake. Gap to your teammate ahead, 9.2 seconds. Yeah, really good job on hitting that target, mate. Nice work. Still a long way to go, though. Okay, this is your final lap of the race. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 1.5 seconds. And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
And the best of British and the best on the track. It's George Russell who wins. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
Yeah.
I need your help.
What's wrong?